Om Mirandasya Gyananjana Shlake Shakshur Mitanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitanyena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaye Dati Sa Padantikam Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupa Sagrajata Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakavitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakapatarugastya Kipasindubhya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So, for those who want to recite, please let's do it quickly. Then we continue.
I'll go first.
Please.
5.23 Sapnasya Sodom Praksharira Vimokshanat Kamakrododvavam Vigam Sayokta Sasukinaraha. Translation: before giving up this present body, if one is able to tolerate the ordeals of material senses and check the course of desire and anger, he is well situated and is happy in this world. 5.29 Buksaram Yogya Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheswaram Sarvam Sarva Bhutanam Janatwamam Santim Richati. Translation: a person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all planets. No, wait. Knowing me to be the oh my God. Knowing me to be the a person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifice and austerities, the supreme Lord of Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attain peace from the pangs of material miseries. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Once ago, thank you very much.
I'll go next. Okay.
Yes, please.
Chapter 5, text 23. Shaknote vaya aswadhum raksharira vimokshanat shunisha supa. No, I think I'm confusing it. I'm going to start again for you. Okay?
Yes.
Chapter 5, text 23. Yeah. Shaknote vaya aswadhum raksharira vimokshanat. What is it? Raksharira vimokshanat. Kama krodhodbhavam vegam sayuktaha sasukhina. Line by line translation. Shaknote vaya sadhum, one is able to tolerate in the present body. Praksharira vimokshanat, before giving up the body. Kama krodhodbhavam vegam, desire and anger generated from urges. Sayuktaha sasukhina. He is entranced. He is a happy human being. Full translation. Before giving up this present body, if one is able to tolerate the urges of the material senses and check the force of desire and anger, he is well situated and is happy in this world. Okay, chapter 5, text 29. Bhoktaram yajñatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suridam sarvabhutanam gyatwamam shantim richati. Line by line translation. Bhoktaram yajñatapasam, the beneficiary of sacrifices, penances, and austerities. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, the supreme lord of all planets and the demigods thereof. Suridam Sarvabhutanam, the benefactor of all the living entities. Gyatwamam Shantim Richati, Thus, knowing me, Lord Krishna, one achieves relief from material pains. Full translation. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and penance and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all the living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. Hare Krishna.
And evolve. Anyone want to go?
I will go, Prabhu.
Okay.
Right. 5.23. Saknoteya baso dom paksharirat vimuksanat kamako dom babandegam sayuktaha sasuke naraha. Translation. Before giving up this present body, if one is able to tolerate the urge of material senses and check the force of desire and anger, he is well situated and happy in this world. 5.29. Buktaram yagnata pasyam sarvalo kama isbaram surdam sarva bhutanam chatwamam
Chantiri chati.
Tatwamam satim richate. Translation. A person in full consciousness of me. A person in full consciousness of me and wait. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me, the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme Lord of all demigods, the benefactor and well-wisher of living entities.
Attain peace from the pangs of material miseries.
Yeah. The benefactors and well-wisher of living entities attains peace in pangs of material misery. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. Thank you.
At least
So tomorrow we just do I think from tomorrow we will not recite before the class again. Okay, we'll just start the class. Okay. Let's Mother Tripura, you mute your mic. Go ahead. Today is the last day, so you have to take opportunity.
Yes, Prabhuji. Okay. 5.23. Shaknoti haiva yashodum praksharira vimokshanat kamakrododbhavam vegam sayukta sasuki naraha. Translation. Before giving up this present body, if one is able to tolerate the urges of the material senses and check the force of desire and anger, he is well situated and happy in this world. 5.29. Bhoktaram yagna tapasam samasar Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Sarvalokam Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. Translation. A person in full consciousness in me. I think there is some network issue. Yeah, I was like, I'll come again.
No. Go ahead.
Yagna Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Prabhuji, there is network lag. I'm speaking, but I can hear you later.
Go ahead with translation.
Okay. Translation.
Is the network from my side or from our side? I think it's from our side.
From her side, Prabhu, because we can hear you, but Mother Tripura, we cannot hear you.
Yeah, I think the network is from our side. Mother Tripura, the network is from your side. So I will listen to you on when next you come to temple, you will recite it, okay? When next you come to the temple, you will do the recitation. Let's continue now. So
okay, Prabhuji.
Now we will not do beginning of the class again because it's taking so much of our time. So we will do it. We will give you shloka to memorize. Then you will come one-on-one in the office, maybe on Sundays when you are ready. Then you can recite like that. Okay? We'll do it like that. For those who are interested to learn shlokas. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so let's continue. So with Ryan Prabhu, where did we stop?
We stopped on 6.8.
6.8. Well, we didn't read the
Yeah, we did not read the purport, Prabhu.
Okay, so let's continue. Let's go ahead with the purport. Who wants to read the purport? Please read the
I read
translation and
the
the purport. Read the translation of the purport at once.
Okay, 6.8, translation. A person is said to be established in self-realization. It is called yogi or mystic when he is fully satisfied by virtue of acquired knowledge and realization. Such a person is situated in transcendence and self-control. He sees everything, whether it be pebbles, stone, or gold, as the same. Purport. Book knowledge without realization of the supreme truth is useless. This is stated as follows. Ataha Shri Krishna namade na bhaveb grayam indreyai sevon mokhe he jibadaw swayam eva spurate adaha. No one can understand the transcendental nature of the name, form, quality, and pastimes of Sri Krishna through his materially contaminated senses. Only one becomes spiritually saturated by transcendental service to the Lord are the transcendental name, form, quality, and pastimes of the Lord revealed to him. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.234. This Bhagavad Gita is the science of Krishna consciousness. No one can become Krishna conscious simply by mundane scholarship. One must be fortunate enough to associate with a person who is in pure consciousness. A Krishna conscious person has realized knowledge by the grace of Krishna because he is satisfied with pure devotional service. By realized knowledge, one becomes perfect. By transcendental knowledge, one can remain steady in his convictions. But by mere academic knowledge, one can be easily deluded and confused by apparent contradictions. It is the realized soul who is actually self-controlled because he is surrendered to Krishna. He is transcendental because he has nothing to do with mundane scholarship. For him, mundane scholarship and mental speculation, which may be as good as gold to others, are of no greater value than pebbles or stone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we can see Prabhupada is emphasizing here about realized knowledge, not book knowledge, academic knowledge. In the beginning, Prabhupada started by saying, book knowledge without realization of the Supreme is useless. So we may have so much book knowledge. If we don't understand and have realized the simplest philosophy, the primary philosophy of Krishna consciousness, we are not this body, we are spirit soul. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and our duty is to serve him. If we don't understand this simple, basic knowledge of Krishna consciousness, no matter how much knowledge we have, it's useless. Sometimes people become impressed by academic scholarship. When you see people speaking scholarly, you become impressed. Wow, it's so knowledgeable. But if that knowledge is not supported by realization, then the whole scholarship is useless. Because one can be very intelligent, academically. Just like the parrots. The parrot, whatever is being told, they will repeat verbatim. But when death will come, the parrot will just, it will not remember any of the knowledge, So same thing also, when we have book knowledge and there is no simple realization of Krishna consciousness, then the knowledge is useless. That is why I always emphasize the application part of Krishna consciousness. When you observe my teachings, when you observe the way I teach, you will see that I always emphasize on the application part of Krishna consciousness. You see, I'm not just speaking based on, just giving information and, telling you how much needed I have. I'm always trying to emphasize on how we can practically apply it into our day-to-day life. You see, that is the most essential part of, studying this book. If we study this book and we have not all the 700 shlokas in this book, but we don't know how to apply it into our life, day-to-day life, then the knowledge is useless. The knowledge is useless. That is how Prabhupada started the purport. You see, it's a book knowledge without realization of the supreme truth is useless. Because with our mental speculation, we cannot realize Krishna. And Prabhupada quoted a very, very important shloka. Always, if you have listened to me, you see that I always quote this shloka. It's one of the best shloka in one of the wonderful shloka in Nectar of Devotion. Atashi Krishna namadi nababe greyam indriyai sebo muke ijiwado swayam eva spuratiada. You see, no one can understand the transcendental nature of the name, form, qualities, and pastimes of Sri Krishna through material contaminated senses. So with our knowledge, with book knowledge, you cannot understand Krishna. And Krishna, Prabhupada showed us, Lord Chaitanya showed this again and again in his pastimes. There was one Digvijay who was going around defeating everybody. He was, defeating everybody. In the olden days, people compete in India, especially by, how much knowledgeable they are in the Vedas. So somebody who is very learned in the Vedas will go around, try to compare his knowledge with others by, debating with them and try to defeat them. And once he defeats any opponent, he will ask the person to sign, to show that he has defeated this particular. He will go to a particular town or village. He will look for the most knowledge person in that place. He will debate with that person, Then this same person was going around. So he came to Nawadip, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's place. So all the Brahmanas, they were scared of him. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the smallest boy, Nimai, at that time. He said, bring him, let him come and debate with me. So, and because this Digvijay, he's a worshipper of Saraswati, because in India, when you worship Saraswati, she's the goddess of learning. So he gives you, special knowledge, So he worships with Saraswati every day. So Chaitanya Prabhu now, he said, let him come and debate, with him. So he was, debating with Chaitanya Prabhu. So Chaitanya Prabhu asked him to, recite spontaneously 100 shlokas glorifying Mother Ganga, the Ganges. So because he's very knowledge, so immediately he started reciting 100 shlokas, not from the scripture, like creating it from his own, erudition, So he started glorifying the Mother Ganges spontaneously, and no one could be able to keep up with him because he was so spontaneous. But at the end of the recitation, Chaitanya Prabhu picked one verse from his recitation. I say, can you please analyze this particular shloka for us? And he was analyzing and bringing out points, his mistake from the composition. In that way, he became humbled. Chaitanya Prabhu humbled him, but when he saw that Chaitanya Prabhu, when he saw that he was defeated, in order to encourage him, he said, it's okay, sometimes it happened like this, Chaitanya Prabhu trying to encourage him, But he felt humbled, and it was, his ego was smashed to pieces, So he went home and worshiped Goddess Saraswati and said, why did you humble me in front of a small boy? Because Lord Chaitanya was very small that time. So why do you want to humble me? Why do you humble me in front of a small boy? You will have, my Lord, she was worshipper. And then at night when he slept, he dreamed and saw Mother Saraswati, He said, don't you know that the person you are debating with is the supreme personality of God, Lord Krishna himself? Better go unto him and pay obeisances. How can I stand in front of my Lord? You know, like that. So then he came to his realization. The following morning, he went to pay obeisances to Chaitanya Prabhu and offer respect to him, like that. So in that way, Chaitanya Prabhu showed how even if somebody is so learned in the scripture, you know, up to that level of Digvijay, even when you're in front of the Supreme Lord himself, you cannot even understand, you cannot realize him. You see? So knowledge does not give realization of God. It's good when you are knowledgeable, at the same time, you are self-realized. You have realized the knowledge. It's very, very important. And that's what Prabhupada mentioned here. A devotee is not, you know, moved by such erudition. He considers it like pebbles. You know, for materialistic people, when they see someone who is very knowledge, you know, for them the person is like a gold. It's like gold, like Prabhupada mentioned. But for a devotee who is engaging in pure devotional service, for him, it's not different. You know, he doesn't see any difference, you know, in such person and any other person, you know, because he knows that this is material knowledge. So in that way, Prabhupada is trying to explain the realization of one who have attained equanimity, who does not see difference between a pebble and a gold. Just imagine, we are not on that level. For example, now somebody give you stone and give you gold, and you treat them equally. It's not possible. When you see the gold, you say, wow, this is gold, pure gold, 24 karat gold. Wow. Oh, how much will this cost? It's not calculated how much you are going to sell it. You see? So for us, we cannot you know, talk about equanimity on that platform. You see? So that is why and we come to that level that even gold does not move us. You know, like I remember when I came to Radha Madhava, my temple here in Philippines. So I remember Mata was telling me one time that they used to have golden flute. Krishna used to have a golden flute. And suddenly the golden flute disappeared. Who will pick the golden flute? It must be some devotee who saw the value of the golden flute. And he will take the flute to go and sell, you see, to get money. He doesn't know that Krishna is supreme, is God or something. He has not come to that realization to say, oh, Krishna is the supreme God, oh, don't let me steal his flute. No, he's saying gold. This is gold. Let me go and sell it and make money. You see? So that is it. So we are not on that level yet. And until we have to continue practicing. And practicing. One day it will be, you know, we come to that platform where we don't see difference. When our mind has attained that equanimity, then we are already liberated. No matter whatever is our present material situation, you're already liberated. Okay, so let's continue to test 9. Suri mitra udasina madhyasta desha bandushu sadhu swapi shapapeshu samabudhi vishishyate. Say, a person is considered still further advanced when he regards honest well-wishers, affectionate benefactors, the neutral mediator, the envious friend and enemies, the pious and the sinners, all with equal mind. Just imagine. Just imagine. Do you understand? When one is very, very advanced, when he considers a well-wisher, affectionate benefactor, the neutral, mediators, the envious, friends and enemy, the pious and the sinner, with all an equal height. How can you see, like sometimes when you see the bodies, they say, oh, the karmis. You see, they are differentiating. You see, we say, oh, the karmis, oh, they are sinful. You know, I'm pure, you know. I don't eat meat, I don't eat fish, I don't eat egg, you know. I'm very pure, you know. Oh, the karmis, you know, they are very sinful. You see, So we can see how much difference we can see. You see, sometimes when we see when devotees see new person, they start calculating. Oh, this person, oh, karma, so it's very sinful. Oh, he's still eating meat and fish. No, 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 no. If you understand this verse, then you should know that we should not discriminate we should not discriminate anyone and anyone. We should not discriminate. You see, to see an envious, somebody who is envious of you, your enemy, your well-wisher, benefactor, to see them with equal mind. How is that possible? I need somebody to explain to me, how is that possible? I need some explanation here, please. I want to hear from you. Yes. Go ahead.
Prabhu, if the person is situated in knowledge, he will consider everything to be the same.
How? How is it possible?
If he is always, if he's renounced, like if he gives up his material sense gratification.
I want a practical explanation on how that is possible materially.
If one engages in his work to Krishna, then.
So you are also laughing. You are laughing because it's funny.
What? Lagging? I'm also lagging.
I want someone to explain to me how you can consider an envious enemy, friends, well-wisher, mediator. How can someone consider such people with equal mind? Just explain to me.
If one is already pure devotee of the Lord, and then he knows the people are materially conditioned, then he will see everything in equanimity.
Very good. That is very nice. You are coming closer. Yes, Ryan Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I think that kind of person is it is a symptoms of Uttama Adhikari. That person is highly advanced.
Very good. Uttama Adhikari. Yes.
That is a very advanced person, and that person could be a renunciant, a sannyasi, because for him there is no value for pebbles and the stones. They are just the same. Like a gentle brahmana or a cow, a dog eater. It's all the same. You see, is as a soul. Yeah, this is Uttama Adhikari.
Thank you. Thank you. Now you are applying your knowledge. You are applying the knowledge. You are quoting also. Very good. Thank you. That is all. I want you to apply the knowledge. I want you to tell me what I'm hearing. Thank you. Nice. Very good. Yes, it's a very advanced, and use a word, Uttama Adhikari. It's an Uttama Adhikari and very advanced devotee. We have read it many times in Nectar of Instruction, in so many places, the different qualities of devotees. So Krishna is indirectly talking about that here. You know, now you got the point. And then you quoted the Bhagavad Gita also. Pandita will say, very nice. You have to apply the knowledge. Very good. Very good. Thank you for that explanation. Somebody want to add something more? But I think you're always speaking to yourself. Tell us.
No, Prabhu Ryan has got it, Prabhu. The right answer. He related 518 with the current verse.
Somebody can add something to it. Okay, let me add a little thing to it. Yes, just like what Pitamba Prabhu also said. Yes, because that's such a person is an Uttama Adhikari, so you can see that people, they are under the influence of the three modes of material nature. So people are acting based on the modes in which they are situated. So because he has realized this, he understands this, so he just see them as an actor. It's just like, do you hate an actor in the movie? No. You know, somebody is just playing the role, you know. Somebody is playing the role of the villains and somebody is playing the role of the actor. You know, I remember when I was at home, when my wife would be watching movie, and she will become so absorbed in the movie. And it's like, oh, he's going to die. I said, hey, Are, this is movie. Immediately they remove the camera. The guy will stand up. He's not dying. Then he said, oh, you have spoiled the mood now. You have spoiled the mood. Oh, why do you say that? You know, it's like this is movie. Immediately they remove the camera. The guy will stand up. He's not dying. He's just acting. You will just say, no, you have spoiled the mood. Oh, this is movie. No, yeah, let me enjoy the movie. You see, so a pure Itama Adhikari, you have seen that this is action. Everybody is acting under the modes in which they are situated. So it's not disturbed. Just like when you are watching a movie and you see the guy killing everybody, will you start crying? Oh, he's killing everybody. No, he's acting. They're going to stand up after the camera is off. They're going to stand up. You see? So in that way, and Uttama Adhikari already, you know, has realized that everybody is controlled by the mode in which they are situated. Somebody who is envious of him, he knows well that this person, because he's influenced by the mode of ignorance, that is why he's envious. Somebody who's taking him to be an enemy, you know, that because he's under the mode of ignorance and passion, that is why he's taking him to be enemy. So he's not disturbed by that. So he's trying to analyze and understand that the soul, the super soul is in the heart of all. The soul is in the heart of all. So he can just see beyond that. And deep down in his heart, he's praying for such devotee. You know, he's praying for Krishna to help such devotees so that they can come up. Just like when Haridas Thakur was beaten in the 21 marketplaces. The only thing in the heart of Haridas Thakur, he was praying for those who are beating him. Because he knows that Krishna is not going to tolerate. Krishna is going to destroy all their family. He knows. Because Krishna doesn't tolerate any pain caused to a devotee. So in his heart, he was praying, Krishna, please don't punish these people. Krishna, please don't harm their praise. He was praying to Krishna to protect them because he knows what is going to happen to them. That is why you see, when Jesus Christ was crucified, he was praying, my Lord, please forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. You see, that is a mood of a pure devotee of Krishna. You know, he could understand that these people, they are influenced by the modes of nature. So he's feeling and he's praying for the Lord to forgive them. He knows, because he knows what they are going to get as a reaction. You see? So that is why a pure devotee is not disturbed by, is not disturbed by somebody who is envious of him. It doesn't take somebody to be his enemy. It doesn't take anybody to be friend. Because, you know, he just tries to be neutral and see the answer of Krishna in everything. That is the point. That is the point. Is it clear? Okay. I see the thumb up. Thank you. Because the question is a question. I was expecting some reply. But I saw a thumb. Okay. Hare Krishna. So we go to test 10. Yogi yujita satatam atmanam rasistitaha ekaki yatachitatma nirasya parigraha. A transcendentalist should always engage his body, mind, and self in relationship with the Supreme. He should live alone in a secluded place and should always carefully control his mind. He should be free from desire and feeling of possessiveness. So now, after having explained to Arjuna the nature of the mind in the practice of yoga and what one attains when one is able to control his mind, now Krishna begins the explanation of the yoga system. Okay? A transcendentalist should always engage his body, mind, and self in relationship with the Supreme. He should live alone in a secluded place. He should always carefully control his mind. He should be free from desire and feeling of possessiveness. Okay, let's read the purport. Somebody want to read?
Prabhu.
Krishna is realized in different degrees as Brahma, Paramatma, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna consciousness means concisely to be always engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. But those who are attached to the impersonal Brahman or the localized supersoul are also partially Krishna conscious, because the impersonal Brahman is the spiritual ray of Krishna, and the supersoul is the all-pervading partial expansion of Krishna. Thus, the impersonalists in the meditator are also indirectly Krishna conscious. A directly Krishna conscious person is the topmost transcendentalist because such devotee knows what is meant by Brahma and Paramatma. His knowledge of the absolute truth is perfect, whereas the impersonalists in the meditative yogi are imperfectly Krishna conscious. Nevertheless, all of these are instructed hermit to be constantly engaged in their particular pursuits to the they may come to the highest perfection, sooner or later. The first business of the transcendentalist is to keep the mind always on Krishna. One should always think of Krishna and not forget him even for a moment. Concentration of the mind of the Supreme is called samadhi, or the trance. In order to concentrate the mind, one should always remain in seclusion and avoid disturbance by external objects. He should be very careful to accept favorable and reject unfavorable conditions that affect his realization. And in perfect determination, he should not hanker after unnecessarily material things that entangle him by feelings of possessiveness. All this perfection and precaution are perfectly executed when one is directly in Krishna consciousness, because direct Krishna consciousness means self-abnegation, wherein there is very little chance for material possessiveness. Srila Rupa Goswami characterizes Krishna consciousness is in this way. Anam Saktasya Bisayan Yatarham Upayusyataha Narbada Krishna Sambadi Tadbadi Yuktam Vigraham Ukchati Prapahin Katara Buddhya Hari Sambadi Vastuna Amusabi Parityago Vigraham Palgo Katyati. When one is not attached to anything, but at the same time accept everything in relation to Krishna, one is rightly situated above possessiveness. On the other hand, one who rejects everything without knowledge of its relationship to Krishna is not as complete as renunciation. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindo 1.2 to 55 to 56 to Krishna, and thus he is always free from feelings of personal position. As such, he has no hankering for anything on his own personal account. He knows how to accept things in favor of Krishna consciousness and how to reject things unfavorable to Krishna consciousness. He is always alone from material things because he is always transcendental, and he is always alone, having nothing to do with persons. It's not Krishna consciousness. Therefore, a person in Krishna consciousness is the perfect yogi. Hare Krishna.
So, yeah, Krishna is describing the qualities of a yogi. Or you can see in the purport how Prabhupada describes a devotee who is practicing Krishna consciousness to be already on this platform. That is Srila Prabhupada for you. Always explain every verse in the Bhagavad Gita to mean Krishna consciousness. Because Prabhupada is so Krishna conscious, that is why he's able to Krishnalize the whole universe. So everything in Bhagavad Gita is connected to Krishna consciousness. So we can see Prabhupada, Krishna is talking about one who want to really practice yoga must go to seclusion, should live in the seclusion, carefully control his mind, and be free from possessiveness. This nature, it is common in all yoga systems, to be free from controlling your mind and be free from the possessiveness. this is mine, this is my car, my house, my wife, my children, my this, my that. So we have to, one who want to really attain perfection in Krishna consciousness must correct this consciousness. That is why Prabhupada gave us the right consciousness from nectar of devotion. Anasaktasya anabishayam yataham upayujataha niribanda Krishna sambade yukta baragyas uchate. So this is a definition of one who is above possessiveness, according to Srila Rupa Goswami. Niribanda Krishna sambande. Niribanda Krishna sambande. Yukta Vairagya Uchate. Do you understand that two lines? You want me to translate it to line by line so that you can understand that two lines? Niribanda, one should anything that is, one should give up anything that is not connected to Krishna. Krishna Sambande, one should learn how to connect everything to Krishna. That is called Yukta Vairagya Uchate. Yukta Vairagya means that is repossessiveness, to connect everything to Krishna. Everything, whatever we have, our wife, your wife, your children, your car, your house, everything you have, because you are using them for Krishna. That is the Yukta Vairagya, renunciation. That is renunciation. To use them for Krishna consciousness. To use them in Krishna consciousness. Because they are connected to Krishna. That is why we are using them. That is Krishna consciousness. Then in the second verse, it is mentioned, Prapashiktanya Buddhya Arisambadi Vasuna Mumukshu bi Parityago Vairagya Vagu Katyate. So Srila Prabhupada explained this particular verse in one of his lectures to mean, see, there are some yogis or sciences. Oh, no, I don't want this, I don't want this. Oh, no, material things. Oh, karmis, these are karmis. No, I don't want, oh, contamination. So Prabhupada explained, Vagu means there's one particular river in India, it's called Vagu River. That river, when you go to that river, the surface look very dry. The surface look very dry. But when you put your hand inside your hand inside, you will see there's water inside that dry surface. So the so-called people who say that they are renunciants, externally they are renounced, but internally they have so many desires. So their renunciation is not complete. Because we cannot actually renounce anything in this world. Because we own nothing in the first place. We came to this world without nothing. We are going to leave this world without nothing. So tell me what you own in this world. What do you own? You own nothing. You came to this world with nothing. You are going to leave this world with nothing. You own nothing. In between you're coming in and going out, you are struggling to possess what does not belong to you. That is madness. You see, we are fighting, we are struggling to possess what does not belong to us. Oh, this is mine. Then at the end, oh, I'll go without nothing. Oh, please give this one to my son, give this one to my wife, give this one to my brother, give this one to this person. And they belong to you. They don't belong to you in the first place. You see, you cannot take them with you. So, but proper renunciation is to have these things in connection with Krishna. Just like when Prabhupada wanted to leave this world. So Prabhupada wrote in his will, I own nothing in this world. So even, nothing belongs to me. Everything belongs to Krishna. So in his will, he wrote like that. So everything belongs to the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. You see? So Prabhupada never claimed anything. The same thing also when Gopal Krishna Maharaj was living, when he left. So devotees were reading the will he put down. Even though he was GBC in so many temples, he has helped Srila Prabhupada to build many temples, big temples, so much money, But when Maharaj was going, he wrote in the first statement, he said, I own nothing in this world. Everything belongs to Krishna. Everything belongs to the International Society for Krishna. But this particular temple here should be in charge of this person. This particular temple here should be. So the first consciousness is that nothing belongs to me. So I'm going with nothing. So everything is for Krishna. This is the proper consciousness. This is the consciousness we should cultivate. And because everything belongs to Krishna doesn't mean that we should not take care of everything. Because generally, people have this consciousness that because everything belongs to Krishna, just like the public service, people in the public service, because everything belongs to the government, so I don't care. I don't care about the government property because it doesn't belong to me anyways for the government. So I can treat it the way I like. No, that should not be the consciousness. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Krishna, my wife is your property, my children, they are your property. Everything I possess belongs to you. But I will work very hard to take care of your properties. So that should be our consciousness. To take care of what Krishna has put under our care. You see? So that should be our consciousness. That is the right consciousness. We should know. So that is called Yukta Vairagya. In the early days, you see many devotees, they preach against devotees going to school. Oh, you are wasting your time. You are going to school to acquire material knowledge. Oh, you are wasting your time. That is Maya. That is Maya. Many of those devotees now, they are struggling to feed themselves. They are struggling. Especially if they are not brahmacharis or sannyasi. They are struggling. They are going here and there, begging and doing this. Because they have misunderstood the philosophy. You see? So when you misunderstand the philosophy, you can run into trouble. So that is why we have to be very careful not to misunderstand the philosophy and try to misguide others. You see? Oh, you see, in the Shri Upanishad, it is mentioned, nations and Vidya, Avidya and Vidya must go side by side. Avidya means knowledge of this world. Vidya means knowledge of the spiritual world. And in the Shri Upanishad, it's mentioned that the two should be side by side. That should be our consciousness. You see? So for us to live in this world, we need avidya. We need the knowledge of this world. You see? For us to go to the spiritual world, which is our original destination, we need vidya, the knowledge of the spiritual world. So the two should be balanced. You see? So because of Krishna consciousness does not deprive devotee for self-improvement. Because you are a Krishna conscious devotee does not mean you should not improve yourself. You should always improve yourself so that you can always improve on your service to Krishna. Because the more you improve yourself, the more you can improve on your service to Krishna. Let's say, for example, when Mother Nikki will become a good lawyer, he can preach to a lawyer like her. You see, she can preach to lawyers. And she will make it a feed to become a very good lawyer so that she can convince other lawyers. This is the result of becoming a devotee of Krishna. And Mother Niharika, you see, she will become a good doctor, and she can make other doctors to become devotee of Krishna. You see? And Prabhu Ryan, as he's traveling for his trip, before he will come back, he will start giving them like Bhagavad Gita class in the ship. You see? So, so this is how to live in this world and don't be of this world. This is mentioned in the Bible. It says we should be in this world and don't be of this world. If we don't preach to the people in the government service, we don't preach to the people in the doctor, we don't preach to the police, we don't make them devotee, who is going to run our movement? That is why we are running after the Indians, as if the religion belongs to them. What happened to the Filipinos who are well-to-do? Why can't we make them devotees? You see? You see? So, because it's easier for us to tell the Indians, oh, you know, Hare Krishna, and they'll give us donation. We should endeavor to preach to the Filipinos who are in the society, in the public service, in the police, in the bank, who are well situated. We should preach to them and make them devotees. When they become devotees, they will support the movement. You see? That should be our target. So the society need to be run like when Chaitanya Prabhu in the Atyan Lila, there's one of the devotees of Chaitanya Prabhu who was working in the government. So somehow or the other, he misappropriated the money of the government, and they were about to kill him. So by somehow or the other, I will make the story short, Chaitanya Prabhu saved him. And he gave him a stern instruction that the government property is even higher than the property of a Brahmana. Just imagine Chaitanya Prabhu preaching like that. That generally in the scripture, the property of the Brahmana is considered to be the highest. But Chaitanya Prabhu is saying, even the government property is higher than the Brahmana property. That anybody who takes the government property, misuse the government money, will be punished by the laws of nature. You see? So what I'm trying to say in essence is that we have to preach to the devotees, we have to preach to the devotees in the society. Those who are already practicing, those doctors, some of them, they are frustrated about life. Some of them are frustrated about what they are doing. They don't even know what they are doing. They want to go deeper. But we are not getting to them. We are not getting to them. You see, like one day I was coming with one of the Indians who went to drop us in one farm. So when we are coming back, the driver is a Filipino. So we are talking generally about religion. So I was telling him, I say, oh, see, I practice Vedic culture, which is from India, you know. He said, why do you decide to practice that? I say, because, you see, if you look at the Christianity, it's a very nice religion, but those who spread it, they are the colonial masters. They treated people like animal. They mistreated you. They treat you like animal. They stamp on you. They trample on you. And just to make you to forgive them, they give you religion when they are going back to their country. You see? The same thing also they did in my country also. When I went to the tourist center in my country, where they used to ship the slave during the slave trade, when I went to that center, the tourist place, I feel like crying when they were telling us the history. I feel like crying. You see, they just one small room, not bigger than this, my room, they will put 40 people there. And that is where they will stay, sleep, eat, passing urine for 1 month. And those who cannot survive that situation, they will die. And those who can survive means that they are strong enough for to go on the journey, to go for the ship journey. You see? And they will tie iron on their neck, they will tie iron on their legs, treating them like animals. You see? And the same place, when they are doing this slave trade, the next building, that is where they are translating the scripture, the Bible, into the local language. You see? Do you see what is going on? You see? So they colonize you, they mistreat you. When they want to leave your country, they give you religion. So that in the future, when you read the scripture, the religion they give to you, you will forgive them. You see? Then you forgive them. So there are so many people who study histories. They become atheists. When you study history, you become atheist. You become atheistic when you study histories. Because you can just see the hypocrite in the world. You see? Many. So that is why there are people who are not happy with what they are practicing. They want something more. That is why we have to preach to the locals. We have to strategize. We have to come together, strategize, plan, sit down, talk about the preaching. Let us strategize. Let us plan. Not just doing it randomly. No, let us systematic practice, plan how to do the preaching to the locals and get them, the professionals among them, not the people, not the street ones who doesn't have education. When you make those one devotees, they're only going to give you troubles. When you have the educated ones among them, they are going to help you to manage the system. They will help you to expand the system. But when you get the unqualified, uneducated one among the society, they will turn your temple to be the place where they get their daily bread. And not only that, they give you troubles every day to manage. So which one do you want? Somebody who will help you to manage your place and expand your place, or those who are going to give you troubles and turn your place to bread with a place to get bread every day? So which one do you want? So that is the point, you see? So we will stop here. Tomorrow, Krishna is going to start talking about the meditation system. Okay? So, any comments or question? Pitamba Prabhu, why are you moving up and down?
Because Mata Sheila asked me to close the door.
Okay. Want any question, comment, or contribution? Have I said any controversial things?
It's just basically the truth. It's just a fact and the truth.
Yeah, but the truth sometimes is very bitter. It's very bitter.
That's why we have to go to the forest, right? To go to a secluded place. So not to be disturbed naman. I mean, once we get old, we get the power, but then to a secluded place, not to be disturbed by the material world. I think
Don't worry.
it's
Tomorrow,
true.
tomorrow we are going to talk more about going to a secluded place and sitting down straight and focusing your mind on your nose and then not shaking. Krishna is going to start explaining that from tomorrow. Don't worry. Yeah. So thank you very much. It's already 9 o'clock. So it's time to go to bed. So let us meditate on what we are talking. Some of you are already doing nicely in terms of preaching. And Nikki Mataji is doing nice in preaching. Ryan Prabhu and Mother India, Tipura Mataji also is doing nice in terms of our preaching. So you people are really doing nice. So really appreciate you all. And Pitamba Prabhu is doing nicely in terms of making banana cake for devotees and doing nice yogurt. That is his preaching. Yeah. So please let us keep it up. Because see, this movement is a very, very powerful movement that will save this world. Many, many materialistic people, many demons have realized that. They are not bothering about us because they know that internally we are not set to disturb them, to disturb their propaganda. So they just allow us to be because they are not bothering about us because they know that these guys, they have not sorted themselves out. Let them just trouble, let us continue struggling with themselves, So they don't bother so much about us, you see. But we are the one who have to come together, sit down, strategize, plan on how to reach an average people in the society. If we can catch the average Filipinos who are working in the offices, who are in the medical center, who are in the lawyer firm, who are in the, all the professionals, you make them devotees. We will not talk about, the unemployment in our society because we will help ourselves. You see, we will, then we have professionals who sit down to plan on how to expand the temple in terms of, Namahata preaching, because their house is conducive to invite other devotees to come and to preach and to come into their home, So in this way, this is how to expand the Srila Prabhupada movement here in a very systematic format. You see? So this is importance of studying this book, Bhagavad Gita, so that we'll be equipped with this knowledge and go out and share it. Don't think that whatever small effort you are making is small, is nothing. No, you don't know your small effort you are doing, you don't know how big impact it can make in the world. You see, there was one time, I will just say these stories and we will go. Sorry for delaying you. One time, two friends were going, and there's so many starfish at the sea, at the beach of the sea, and they were struggling with lives. There was no water at that time, so all of them were struggling, and so the guy took one and threw inside the water, and that one, the starfish become regain his energy, and he was swimming away. So the friends, as he was doing that little task, so the friends say, "Why are you doing this? There's so many of them. How are you going to save all of them?" And the other friends say, "Even though if I cannot save all of them, don't worry." Then he took one and threw inside water. He says, "See, I've made the difference by saving that one." You see? So that is the only thing we need to do. We need to make the difference by doing the little. You cannot imagine the little thing you do. You don't know what big impact it will make in the future. Just like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada just came in front of him and he told him, translate this book in English and preach it around the world. Just only one Prabhupada. See how much impact he has made. So don't think that the little people you are preaching to, you don't know what they can become tomorrow. You don't know who they can become tomorrow. So let us continue what we are doing. Don't worry. We don't need to save everyone at the same time. Just saving one person at a time can make the big difference. Okay? Hare Krishna. See you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Tomorrow, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.